Hey, for this video, I am going to be making a spring wreath with some fake tulips and Easter eggs and just some greenery. I'm gonna put this on my front door to just bring some spring to our little front porch. So first step, I collected all of my supplies. I went to Michael's this morning. I got 2 bundles of some fake flowers, 1 bundle of lavender, a bundle of greenery, and then 1 little bag of Easter eggs, and then 2 different wreaths because I didn't know which would work best for the project right off the bat with how the flowers and greenery would lay. Then I just collected some items around my house, like heavy-duty scissors to cut through the flowers and the greenery, and then my AdTech hot glue gun. I cut up all the flowers. I cut the greenery out of that as well, just to make sure that we're optimizing our space. I wanted this wreath to really be as full as possible, so we really just kind of packed in the greenery and the flowers. After I cut up all the flowers, I got to work on just seeing what kind of glue technique would work best. I decided to go with the metal wreath for the structure just because it looked like it had some more surface area to be able to glue the flowers down to it. So I kind of played around with how to best glue the flowers onto the wreath. I started with the greenery. There's some wires in the greenery, so I intertwined those with the wreath a little bit, and then I just glued all of the major points of the greenery to the wire frame. And from there, I started layering the fake tulips on top of that. As you can see, I flipped over the wreath a couple of times just to get a better glue technique on the back. A couple of the spots that I glued the greenery onto the wreath, they were having a little bit of a hard time sticking just because the wire is such a small surface area. So I just had to kind of play around with what glue technique worked best. As you can see, I did some thicker globs of glue just to really get that glued down well. And then on some areas, I just did a little light dot of glue. Some of the other areas, I glued the tulip flowers directly to the greenery versus to the wire frame, just to give a little bit better of surface area and to allow the wreath to all stay together. After I got all of the greenery and the flowers laid down and glued, I started filling in just some little gaps with the lavender since I had less of this and I just wanted that to be like a nice little added touch of purple. And then after that, I went through with the Easter eggs and just glued those in wherever it felt like there was some open space. And I just really tried to make those add a little bit of the Easter personality and vibe to the wreath, but not be super overwhelming. So I actually didn't end up using all of the Easter eggs, but 1 bag is definitely enough to cover the whole wreath. And finally, I added just a little string detail onto the top so that I can hang this wreath on my front door. I might shorten the string a little bit just to make sure that it hangs correctly on my door and not too low, but it's super simple. I just cut a little 5-inch piece of string and then knotted that to the back of the wreath, and then I will hang this on my front door. This took me about, I would say, 45 minutes in total, so not too bad, and it was super cost effective. My hot glue gun is an AdTech hot glue gun from Michael's, but you can also purchase on Amazon.